you very much. Yeah, appreciate your input. Anytime. Keep the communication ongoing during the presentation.
Of course, I'll help any way I
Yeah,
can.
thank you, thank you. So can handle it 100%.
Yeah, it's a pretty big topic, and I think because of the community and trust we have between each other.
I mean, that's a topic actually, you could talk days about it. Theory, but also practical exercises, how to overcome it. Yeah, I just picked a few topics out, and it's more like a, let's say, a change of the map of the world or model of the world. Not necessarily just to pick out one particular exercise, but how to see it from a bird's eye view. That was my approach for this time. So let's see.
From a bird's eye view, we all have a lot of fear.
Yeah.
All have a lot of fear, and if you don't have a lot of fear, it probably means you're not human. Hello, Amy Elise.
Hi there. Hey.
And hello, iPad and Lucille.
iPad.
Today we're getting into a very interesting topic and an extremely worthy topic. I am constantly amazed at the nuances with fear. Sometimes it's hiding. Sometimes it's in disguise. Sometimes it's in denial, and sometimes it's completely projected out on other things. It is one of the core emotions, so it's one of the best ones probably one of the best emotions for us to spend our time or our evening. Particularly we're focusing on the subconscious beliefs, as Harold has training and has some unique experiences with uncovering people's fear and helping them change it from fear to something much more useful for them. But Harold, how long have you been
How long have I been afraid?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, since I was born, from the first minute. When some doctor smacked my butt, that's the first moment.
And how long have you been considering to do this particular workshop on fear? Because we enjoyed your other workshops as well, and you have a lot of expertise you can share with people.
Well, the thing is, actually, I was thinking what holding people back. Yeah, it's emotional baggage, it's guilt, fear, shame, anxiety, some of the things. Yeah, but I think nowadays, especially in this time or since the last 3-4 years, a lot of people are afraid of something. A lot of people feel the fear, don't know how to overcome it. And I think if you watch the news, then these fears sometimes get amplified. Yeah. So, and I think that's not the real reason. It's just more or less imaginary fear, what we have. Yeah. So especially if we live here in China or Australia, is a beautiful place. There's no war, there's nothing. Yeah, you have the nature. So why should we feel fear? Yeah. So, and these are most likely imagined fear. And this brought me to this topic. Yeah. How can we overcome fear? How can we teach others to overcome fear?
And some people would say we're at the worst time, or this is the worst point of humanity, and other people will say this is the safest point we've ever had in our lives. The human race has never been so safe. Yet the last years. All right, so everyone, just if you haven't been here before, we do these beautiful sessions every Sunday night. We have about 80 to 90 minutes. If you have questions, Harold, do you want questions out loud or questions in the chat window?
Both okay, anytime. Anytime. You can interrupt me, you can raise your hand, you can chat window, and anything okay.
Okay, Harold and all our speakers have had training in the topic, but we do these topics to really share and to give. It's also a nice platform for us to have some interaction, to have some community, have some fun. If you manage to turn your video on, hands down guarantee, if you have it on, you're going to be more engaged. If it's off, you might end up scrolling across and being on Facebook or Instagram or something else. So that's up to you, but if you can, we love to see your face. And this particular workshop is recorded. We record all of them. I'm not too sure if we'll put all of this up. If you end up sharing something from your heart, if you end up sharing some vulnerability, congratulations and hats off to you. If there's anything that is said that you don't want put on YouTube later, just let us know. We'll do our best to cut it out. Otherwise, be fully present and be safe and be open. We've all got fears. And to tell you the truth, sometimes my fears have been so hidden, I didn't even know about them until I was in a deeper conversation with Harold or with someone. That some of these sessions we've done on Sunday have actually really helped myself, Harold, and a lot of us discover some of these hidden fears, discover some of those hidden programs. So congratulations for turning up. Congratulations for turning up. I hope you brought a notepad and pen. Harold, let's begin.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction, Adrian. Appreciate it. Yeah, and hello. So if you want to turn on your video, you're welcome. You're also welcome to interrupt, to ask a question, raise your hand or in the chat. Jay already sent a message. I think fear is used by others to control us. 100% agree. Yeah. So let's go into the topic. I had this discussion about fear a couple of weeks back. So first we're starting with a review to remember what we talked about. So what is fear? So there's a few angles we can look on fear. So one, fear is a response to a perceived external threat. So it's a danger to our body. So it's a physiological and biological response to a danger. And this means also that the fear prepares us to deal with that danger. So something comes from external, make us afraid, give us fear, and we have to deal with it. So how we deal with it, the body, the physical, biological response is that the fear dumps cortisol in the bloodstream. And what does this do? Cortisol then pumps blood into the muscles, gives us more power in order to flee, fight, or hide. Even hide is an option. Yeah. So what also happens is that the focus is sharpened. This means we have not anymore this peripheral view, what we have now. We have then more like this focus. We just see what is just ahead of us. We really focus on the fear and how to overcome it, how to deal with it. Yeah. And also what happens inside the body, inside our brain, is that the logical thinking, the neocortex, is shut off and we're on reflex. Why does that happen? So imagine you're in Shanghai and you want to cross the street. You want to cross the street, so there's cars coming, which are a threat to us. The car, if it hits us. So you look to the left, no car coming. You want to cross the street. All of a sudden, this guy comes from the right. These motorbikes, e-bikes, which deliver the food. They usually drive anywhere. So when you see this bike coming towards you, so what are you doing? You think, should I step back? Should I step in front? Should I wait? But you already hit. So thinking is out. You're on reflex. You see that the danger coming. You immediately, instinctively on reflex, you jump back or into the front, yeah, to avoid the danger of being hit. So this is fear, which prevents us from danger, from physical danger to our body, to our health. What else can be fear? So fear can be perceived externally. So external fear can then be split into a fear that happened to us, where we have no influence, on the other side, which requires an action from us. Yeah. So if we look at fear that happened to us, the accidents, for example, the bike hit us, the food delivery hit us because we don't look at this place, or we were too slow to escape. Aging happens to all of us. We can't avoid aging. Becoming disabled, if you have an accident, this could happen. Being alone, it's sometimes a choice. Sometimes our partner leaves us, then it's not our choice. This can happen. Children leaving home. So this happens especially when the value of a person or everything is focused on the children. And once they leave after school, after university, so people have a void in their life and they don't know what to do. So they're afraid of this day. Dying, we can be afraid of dying ourselves. We are afraid of death, but also some people which is close to us. If they pass away, we are afraid of this, that we're losing people. Illness, I think this was a big topic over the last few years. We all can become sick, and what happens then? Yeah, we don't want to be sick. We want to stay healthy. Yeah. And other things like losing a loved one, mentioned before, financial security, natural disasters, war is a topic now, and so on. These are things that happen to us. Most likely no influence. We cannot influence them. Yeah. So then things that require action, for example, asserting oneself, being interviewed. So we have to answer some questions which we like, which we don't like. Changing a career, we quit one job, we're going to another. This requires action. This takes us out of our comfort zone. We're afraid of that one. Driving a car, for example, you are new or you just know how to drive outside in the countryside and come to Shanghai where there's a lot of traffic. So you feel the fear of the traffic. Relationships, beginning, ending, breaking up, new one. Maybe some example later on. Or going back to school, like I think Jay is thinking to study, when I remember right. Jay is thinking to going back to university. Yeah. Seeing the doctor sometimes might be fearful because if the doctor checks us and then we get the proof that there is something not correct, so sometimes we try to avoid that. Intimacy, maybe with a new partner, we are a little bit afraid what will happen when we get intimate with a new partner. Losing weight can also be some thing we are afraid of, because we may be afraid we cannot lose the weight of the outcome if we don't succeed, something like that. Yeah, making a mistake, I think that's very common. We are all afraid of making mistakes and that other people blame us or something. This happens all the time. Making friends, maybe special for shy people, introverted people, to talk to other people they don't know. Making friends, we can be afraid. Also public speaking. I think there's a difference. We all live in the world. We communicate with others, but then suddenly we stay in front of an audience and have to talk to them. We all of a sudden experience fear. So this requires action to deal with that one. Yeah. So then there are fears which are imagined fears that we don't succeed. We are being conned by somebody. We are being vulnerable, and we don't want to show it. This was actually what Adrian said in the beginning. If you want to show our vulnerability in this meeting, you're welcome. And I also will give some examples there. Disapproval from others. We don't succeed. Failure. We're making mistakes. We fail something. What we don't reach a goal. What we do. We're feeling helpless in some situation. Like in the presentation, you don't know. You lose what you want to say. You helpless. You need the help of others. You lose your image. You're getting rejected by somebody. And also, sometimes people are afraid of success. This might sound a little bit weird, but it is. People are afraid of success. Once they're successful, what happens then? And then we start thinking about finding 1,000 reasons what could be, what could happen in case we're successful. So this is also another view on fears. The one was the danger, a perceived danger to our body, which can hurt us. And the other one is we're having these fears which happen, which require some action and which are just imagined. But there's one underlying fear, and this is the number 3. I can't handle it. Yeah, simply I cannot handle my aging. If we go to what happened, I cannot handle to become older. So we all know that we're going to the gym, especially the guys in the midlife crisis. They're going to the gym, start workout, buying expensive cars, something like that. So we're having troubles to handle it. So this is the fear of I can't handle it. Yeah, I cannot drive a car in the big city. So I'm afraid to drive a big car. Yeah, I'm afraid of being helpless. So this is all the underlying that we cannot handle perceived or actual fears. Yeah. So this is also what we have to overcome. And beyond this, I cannot handle it. There are often some, or almost always, some subconscious fears which we have learned and adapted over the time. So actually, what are you afraid of? Fears also of uncertainty can be a fear of uncertain, not being able to handle the events, what we before mentioned. Yeah. So, but also uncertainty of the future can be a fear in itself. Yeah. I cannot handle it. So what we can do, if I feel I cannot handle something, It's imagine we talk to ourselves. So what would be an alternative to ask better questions? Why? Because the steering wheel of the mind are questions. So by asking better questions, positive formulated, we can move the mind into already solving that one. So for example, one question would be, what would I have to fear in case I can handle anything? So what would be the fear then? I know I have the confidence that I can handle anything. What would be the fear? Nothing. There is no fear anymore. Yeah. Uh, this is, of course, very, let's say, theoretical, and we cannot simply switch it on. But this is something we always have to draw to our mind what we can do. So asking better questions. This is one thing which works anywhere. Always ask questions. If you're told something, if you're doing something, ask better questions. What is the purpose? How can I succeed? Always positive formulated. Yeah. So this will also come up later on again. So then this means also if we ask better questions, we will develop a trust in our own capabilities. So we will build up self-esteem. Self-esteem, we will build up some points of reference. This means we're having small successes. And if we line up small successes, all of a sudden we will see that we have a big success over time. It sometimes takes time to happen, but sometimes also fast. But this is very important also to develop positive references and overlay the negative references which we might have from previous actions. So I can handle it is something we should remember all the time. Simple sentence, simple words. I'll handle it. So with this one, we can conquer, oppose fear. We still might feel the fear, but already we have a solution to go ahead with the fear. Yeah, don't feel helpless. I cannot handle it. Simply say I can handle it somehow, which might take time, which might take some efforts, which might take action, which sometimes might be frustrating, but we can go it. We should have the self-esteem, need to develop it that we can handle that one. Yeah.
Harold,
Yes, sir.
in some different words, are you saying that most of the fear comes down to really a fear of not being able to handle it?
There are certain fears, and we are being afraid. We construct it in our mind that we might not be able to handle it. Or this is too big. For example, learning a language, I cannot handle it. Yeah. So because learning Chinese is too big, yeah, I need to learn 1,500 characters, whatever. Yeah, it seems too big. I'm afraid. I cannot handle that one. Yeah. So by breaking it down, for example, I can handle it. Positive intention, attitude, I can handle it. To chunk it down into daily lessons, I'm able to handle it.
So
But also build, yeah.
Even if someone has a fear of success, they might fear they can't. Well, really, a fear of success, a deeper fear might be they can't handle the success.
Right, they cannot handle it, yeah. So whatever comes, if they make money, there's a lot of maybe people who want to take advantage of them because now they have money. A lot of family members show up that nobody knows and something like that. Yeah? So there's this imagined fear that there's all the people coming and ask for money and for help and support, and that the person be cheated by somebody, be conned. Alessia says, yes, you struggle with that one. I guess a lot of people struggle with that one, but this can also be subconscious. This is why we sometimes might not be able to succeed in something because we might, and this is really subconscious. We're afraid of that one. And this is something when you ask questions, why, chunk down, really to peel it like an onion, to come down to the core fear. What is it? Why I'm afraid of being successful? Yeah. So it gives me more options. It gives me more choices. I can have a better life for myself. I can have a better life, enable a better life for the people around. Yeah. So why am I afraid of success? Yeah. So I prefer maybe to be shy in my home, close the curtains, lock the door, don't pick the phone. Some people prefer this instead of going out. Yeah. Yeah, it takes time and the fear will diminish over time. So, but it's already one way to set a positive intention if you say I can handle it versus I cannot handle it. Yeah. Okay. Window. Also, one thing I thought about, there's different fear demography. Yeah, like in Asia, if you see which area, for example, in America, they have elections this week, next week. So they're afraid that the wrong party will get the president. In Europe, now we're afraid of war, for example, that this whole Ukrainian issue, which is actually in Europe, will swap over to the other countries. In Asia, maybe you're afraid of typhoons now, rain, whatever is depending. Then if you see China, you can see there's the north, there's the south. The south afraid of too hot or typhoons. The north afraid of too cold in wintertime, -30. Province versus city. People have having different fears in the city. Maybe Shanghai, we're going to a lockdown again. On the countryside, maybe too much rain. People, city countryside, male or female, have different fears, or they experience the same fears in a different way. This could also be, yeah. For example, in relationships, maybe the men feel it different than the women if they split up. So set different actions. The age, a 5-year-old experience fear, maybe if he or she loses her toy compared to the father, he might lose his job, something like this, or cannot afford something, everything gets more expensive. Older people don't know how they can afford their living, maybe, so different fears. And also education, the job or the business owner, if in a job, yeah. If a business owner, maybe you know how to deal permanently with uncertainty, because the business life can change. Today you get orders, the next day no customers, then inflation, whatever. If you have a job, maybe a different level of fear, you feel more secure, which is also not really sure. We can kicked out every time, or the company goes bankrupt. Education, I think the higher you're educated, the more you could feel your loss of the job, something like that, yeah. Because it's also when you're a certain level, it's also difficult to find an equivalent job. So fear demography, also one topic. To recall the 4 stages of competence. Just answer this few questions in the chat. Success comes with more responsibilities. Yes, success comes, but also might fear come with more responsibilities. It makes it harder when people have to take advantage of you as well, right? Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, my family is afraid. Many Americans are afraid of what happens in the election. Yeah, we will see what happens really. So the official election is on November 5th, so 2 days later. There's a time difference, and then we'll see what's come up. Yeah, so maybe the time after will be interesting. Yeah? Not only for US, I think for all the world. Yeah. Is fear a learned response? Yes, I think so. Because when we were born, what we were afraid of. Yeah, it starts like I mentioned when I was born. Yeah, the first thing is doctor take you, smack your butt. Then people around, loud. It's light, not anymore like nice, cozy, warm, like in my mom's womb. So and then it starts. So why some people are not afraid? Others are afraid. Yeah, why some people develop like this and others develop like that? So there must be some things from the outside which influence fear and how we learn fear and how we also experience the fear. Yeah, fear of danger. So if a car hit us, the fear of danger should be similar for everybody. We get hurt, yeah. But how people experience and respond to the fear, that's different. That's interesting. Yeah? So natural response, we should learn how to deal with this danger. Yeah, fear should be, or it's an instinct basically that we want to preserve our life. It's an instinct. Yeah, we're afraid of animals. Like in the past, there was this dinosaur and the saber-toothed tiger. So some few thousand years ago. So we want to preserve our life. So this is actually a natural response, preserve our life. We were not afraid when we were born. Yeah, where did it come from? Okay, this is some interesting topic. We're coming to this a little bit later. So just as a let's recall the 4 stages of competence. Unconscious incompetence. This is when we don't know what we don't know. So and conscious incompetence is when we all of a sudden understand what we don't know. Yeah, for example, I want to learn Chinese, then I buy the book and I see, wow, I have to learn 1,500 characters that I understand a little bit. It takes me so much time. Then usually this is where people on this level giving in. So this is also interesting. When we want to learn something, I'm afraid not to achieve my goal. I don't start even with that one. That happens on this level, conscious incompetence. I know it, and I'm afraid that I cannot achieve it. I feel helpless, and it's too much. So I stop there. Yeah. But when I start to learn Chinese language, I'm conscious, competent. This means I really have to think what I'm doing. I have to think how I build up the sentence. What is the object, the subject, how to root it, then the words. So I really have to think. It's not yet fluent. And when I practice my Chinese, I become unconscious competent. This means I don't even think. I speak. Like I get a question and I reply instantly without thinking what to say, which word to use, how to arrange the wording in a sentence. Yeah. So this just as a repetition. It will come also later. And we talk about a lot of consciousness. This is also one interesting topic. What is consciousness? There are maybe also a lot of different explanations what consciousness means. Consciousness and awareness. These are different topics. Yeah. So consciousness. I give you one explanation what it can be. For example, we are in a victim mode. We are conscious to be in a victim mode. What does a victim mode mean? For example, oh, I have to get up in the morning early. I don't want. I have to go to work. Oh, I wake up too late. I have to rush to work. Then you go out. Oh, I missed the bus. Now I have to walk to work. Oh, it starts raining. Oh, I come back. You're feeling you're a victim. Everything is against you. You are not in charge of anything. Yeah. And this is sometimes, I guess we know people, they meet together, they always complain, and they match each other who can complain more, who has the worst life, one or the worst life more than the other, something like this. Victim mode. The next thing is the achiever mode. I can do it. I take responsibility. I'm full in. I'm working hard. I work on my to-do list. I go to work earlier. I will leave later. So I'm really working hard on it. I'm an achiever. Yeah. This means I feel more successful. I can afford maybe a bigger car. I can afford a bigger apartment. I can maybe afford a bigger holiday, a longer holiday, better holiday. I can afford a bigger watch, but my expenses also increase. So, and to keep that, I have to work even harder. So I'm an achiever. Yeah. And this is actually where most people of us are. I guess most people, we are the achiever. We have a job. We learn. We do something. We learn to be better and to improve. So, and the question is, isn't there another way of doing things? And yes, there is. Yeah. So, and this would be, I think, for most of us who live in a business life, something like we do, to be in a flow or natural state. So everything happens through me, and we surrender to the infinite possibilities which are out there. This means we're not victims. We take responsibility. We understand that there is infinite possibilities to us, positive as well as negative. And we surrender to the possibilities that are there. We don't try to push it, we push it, we push it. Because if we push and we don't reach a target, we don't succeed, we're feeling sad, frustrated, whatever. Yeah? And sometimes when you're in a flow state, you want to achieve a target and you don't succeed when you flow state, and you say, okay, like a presupposition NLP, there is no mistake, there's just a learning. I've experienced something. There was something make me to grow, make me learn more, make me do it better the next time. So I'm in a growth state, I'm in a flow. I don't feel sad. I think, okay, I don't like it. Maybe I go, I go a little bit in these sad feelings, but then I understand, okay, this was a learning experience for me. What can I do better? Ask a better question. How can I improve? What can I do better next time? So, and this is the state we should be more. I guess all of us have been in these three states or still are. But the thing is, like the 80-20 rule, move more to the flow natural state. Yeah. Sometimes we still might feel as a victim, why it happened to me, I did all this. Yeah. Okay. 5-10 minutes and then again go, okay, flow natural state. What can I do different? What was my learning experience in that one? Yeah. Don't try to fight it, just surrender to the experience. Yeah. What can I learn from that one? Yeah. And then the fourth level is the oneness. And I think this only applies to people who spend a lot of time in meditation and self-development. I would say this more for the monks living in monasteries or the gurus we have in India. I think this is the fourth level. This is very difficult for us to reach. Okay, let's jump to the chat. I think fear most recently learned is a response. I agree. I think it comes from inbuilt self-protection mechanisms. Yes, fear to avoid danger. Yeah, you need to think to others about, okay, which are really necessary successful result. Yes, trust in the unknown. Trust in the unknown. Yes, you can say it's a higher self. It's your trust in yourself, trust in the higher power, trust in God, trust in the what do you call it, higher self, something like that. So can give it a different name. Yeah, oneness means you're one. You're just you with the Creator. You are nature. You are one with God. You feel the eternal power, something like this. Yeah, and this is the state you're in all the time or most of your time. And I think this is for us, which have a, let's say, under brackets, a normal life, is basically not achievable or difficult to achieve. So we would have to spend all the day, all the week, all the months, all the time meditating, always improving ourselves. Yeah? Withdraw from our, let's say, state of life. Yeah, no TV, no computer, nothing. Just focus simply on the creation itself. This is oneness. It's just a definition. Yeah. But it's basically for people who live in a monastery who praying all the day, or the gurus which just with them and with the creation. I think for us, it's not really a target to achieve oneness. As I said, with our life, if we are in the flow state, the natural state, it's called natural status. I think this is the target really we should achieve. Once we have this and one really wants to become a monk or a guru, then please go ahead with this. But this is just for, I would not say ordinary people, but how we live, our lifestyle. Flow, natural state, if we achieve this one, is already a big advantage. Yeah?
Can I just add in there, Harold? You know, a lot of people today are in the victim mode, you know, blaming things. And a lot of people are out there working hard and working incredibly hard. Mm-hmm. Some people work so hard, they're kind of just stuck permanently working hard, hoping tomorrow will be better, working hard. They get addicted for tomorrow, you know, and that's the achiever mode. If people get stuck there. The flow mode, absolutely beautiful, right? And I know you can all access flow, but the more and more flow you get, I imagine the more we access flow, the more that level of consciousness would increase.
Right. Yeah.
But the flow is a step up from achieving. We're not pushing to achieve as much. We're feeling the flow, and then oneness is again above that and stabilizing that greater one. And I like what you said about a lot of us won't be able to, or maybe shouldn't even worry so much about pursuing that monk or guru, because we're not monks. We're living here.
We're not monks, and Amy says it's a limiting belief. It might be, yes. If you think it's a limiting belief in your model of the world, that's okay. Yeah.
Well,
you can raise to oneness if you can do it. We all want to learn it. It's just it might be a limiting belief, but I don't know anybody. I never met anybody in oneness other than some guru, some Indian guru. I witnessed one time, and some Indian guru in Vienna. It was really fascinating what this guy could. But I think this is a little bit too far if you have to spend all your life focusing just on this one. Yeah. But the life we spend, we go to work, we're teaching, we have to go shopping, commute in Shanghai, something like this with the metro. And I think that's rather difficult. But okay, it's just maybe my model of the world. Yeah, I don't want to limit you or impose my model. It's just.
Yeah. I don't think it's just for monk or gurus. I think if you're in sync with who you are mentally, physically, you're in sync. There are times when we get into a state of flow, when we're just in sync, every part of us is in sync, then you have achieved oneness. It doesn't mean you have to sit and for half the day or a whole day to get oneness. It's a state of being in sync with every part of you.
Yes.
And that's what I think oneness is.
I agree. If you see it on this definition,
I don't have a chance to reach oneness. I don't have to go into the hills to reach oneness, or go into the wilderness, or look at the moon or the sun to reach oneness. I can be in sync with every part of me, and that is oneness, wherever I'm at.
Right. You said you are in every part oneness with yourself. This oneness means to be in every part with everything. Yeah. And the thing is, of course, we can have coherence, the mind, the heart. Yeah. If we have this heart math, we can meditate. We have this feeling when the flow. Of course, that's what we do in our daily life. Yeah. But of course, there's a difference between what we do in our daily life and the person who spends all his life in meditation in this one. There is for sure a different level. Yeah. So we can experience the oneness, for sure, I agree. But this oneness is really for people who focus all their life just on this one. That's a different level. There must be a different level for people who are all their life in a monastery. They can experience different things than we can, also if we feel oneness. But I think the experience is on a different level, the oneness.
That's what is subjective, because they can spend their entire lives in a monastery and still not achieve oneness. They can chant until they're hoarse and still
That's also
not
true, yeah.
feel oneness.
Yeah.
So it's,
But yeah,
I know what you're
that's
saying,
true.
Harry. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. It's just that I don't think they're higher than anybody else. It's just their choice to go into the hills and stay there. Doesn't mean they're in tune with something higher than I am. I'm not in tune because I'm commuting in Shanghai every day. It's just a different state of mind. It
Yeah.
comes down to your state of mind. It's
Mm.
subjective. I can be in oneness sitting in traffic,
Mm.
and I can be in oneness walking through the gardens. It's just where you are
Yeah,
mentally.
I agree. So this is why I said consciousness has many, many different definitions. Yeah, and if you chunk down, there's 100 possible definitions. Yeah, so let's keep it like this one. If it's your model of the world, your map of the world, it's totally okay. Yeah, so I agree. So just as a definition. All right. So, and one of the principles we have to do or we can deal with is from pain to power. Just an example. This young lady is balancing on a wooden bar, and I think all of us can do that more or less. Yeah, it's just on the floor basically, and the task is to balance from one side to the other. I guess all of us can do that. So, but what if we raise this wooden bar, which now lays on the floor, we move it, lift it up to 3 meters, 3 meters in the air, and the task is that you should walk from one side to the other. There is no handrail, there's nothing to protect, and there's of course a danger if you fall down. You have a fear, you experience a fear, falling down, danger, you might get hurt. And I think most of us could at the moment not walk from one side to the other if this wooden bar is 3 meters in the air, yeah? Because we're simply afraid. We have fear of danger. We fall down. So what can we do? This is how we hold the fear. We hold the fear that we also feel we're helpless. We feel depressive. We feel paralyzed because all of a sudden, wow, we should now walk from A to B, 3 meters high. I cannot do that. So the way is, how can we come from the pain, not doing it until we can do what we want? We're able to. So, for example, we simply increase the level. It's a continuum from 0 to 100%. For example, power, 100% would be, I'm able to walk 3 meters elevated. Okay, can you walk when the bar is on the floor? Yes. Raise it half meter, can you still walk from A to B? Yes. Raise it to 1 meter, can you still walk from A to B when it's raised 1 meter? Yes, I can, but not higher. Okay, this means we already 1 meter compared to 3 meter, we already achieved 33%, 1/3. So this means we're not starting at pain, we already can do something, but we cannot yet reach the desired outcome. This means step by step by step, we should increase to go there. Yeah? And there's certain ways we do it. Of course, we lift it then half a meter from 1 meter to 1.5 until we walk back and forth until we build up or get rid of our fear. And then we stepwise increase it to 3 meters, for example, from pain to power. And this principle we can apply of course, anywhere or almost anywhere where we feel the pain. Wish I had a VR headset right now. Okay. So this is a principle we have to remember. And very important, if you come NLP, language, from pain to power, vocabulary. So this is one thing which is really a basis for everybody to overcome subconscious fears. So to become aware, yeah, remember, unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, the first level, we are conscious, have to become conscious how we talk, even if how others talk, yeah. Pain words to power words. I can't, I won't. Can't is basically we are helpless. We are not self-determined. I won't is a decision. I have a choice. For example, somebody invites you to dinner. Oh, can you come to dinner tomorrow? Oh, sorry, I can't. Why can't? Oh, I have something other to do. Yeah. The truth is you could come or you can come, but you decided not to come because you have something other to do. So better is to say, I won't. You are in charge. I won't. I should not. I could. I couldn't. Yeah. I could do it, but I choose not to. I should is a little bit also weak, a little bit guilt. I should eat more healthy, but whatever. Okay, I could. My decision. I go to eat fast food. My decision. I'm in charge. So it doesn't give me bad feelings. Yeah. And so on. It's not my fault versus I'm responsible. So I take responsibility. Whatever I do in life, whatever happens to me. So I always have to think, okay, what is my responsibility, my degree of responsibility? The classic, it's a problem versus it's an opportunity or it's a challenge, something like this. I think most of people know that. I'm never satisfied. I want to learn and grow. Life's a struggle. Life's an adventure. So always from pain words to powerful words. I'm in charge. I can deal with it. I can handle it. I hope. I know. I hope I give a good presentation here. I know it will be a good presentation. If only. A lot of people always, what if, when then, something like this. I know it will be, next time it will be. What will I do? I know I can handle it. Something is always power word. It's terrible. It's a learning experience. Also, if I don't succeed, I learn something. Yeah. Language, powerful words, very important. So be aware of it when you talk, when others talk, correct it consciously instead of saying I should do this, I could do this, I can't, I won't. And then until it becomes what was it?
Automatic.
Unconscious competence, yeah. Automatic, right? Okay. And one thing also that we have to observe, we have a chatterbox. There's the voice in our head, quack, 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 quack. What is this chatterbox always telling to us? Yeah. How do you talk with yourself? What words are you using? So, for example, observe how you talk to yourself, the way you talk to yourself. Would you talk with your best friend, with your parents, with your children in the same way you like to talk with yourself? So, okay, Amy is nodding. Yeah, she would. Okay. And then it's also the words you're using, the way are you using, and then also important, are you talking in the first or the third person? Do you say, for example, something happened, oh, I'm stupid? Or do you say, oh, you are stupid to yourself? Maybe not using stupid, but maybe other words. But do you talk in the first person to yourself or in the third? Also interesting. And which words are you using? Do you also have a way to overcome that one? No? Can you maybe drop in the chat how to improve your self-talk? Or Amy was nodding. So how did you improve your self-talk? Do you have any suggestion? Yeah, how to improve? How did you improve your self-talk?
I've become mindful of what is being said. So it's like at first it was like, you always make mistakes. Then it's like, always? Do we always make mistakes? Well, no, it was just like, and I started having like a conversation with two people in my head. And slowly over time, it changed from like being very critical to being more compassionate. So instead of like, oh, well, we made a mistake this time, but then next time, like that. But
Okay.
it started at noticing where I was being critical with myself.
Right, being aware of it, yeah. And very interesting, you also mentioned we. So you talk with yourself plural. We made a mistake, right? So that's interesting, eh? So you see the chatterbox works different for different people. Different experience in your own thinking, how you talk with yourself, yeah. It's also interesting, sometimes you talk, you should do this better. Who is this you? You talk to yourself. Who is this you? Yeah, very interesting, yeah. Being aware of it, being mindful. Yeah, thank you for this input. Alisa says, I started treating my soul as my friend and reminded myself of that very often. Very good, yeah. I think that's the message. You got it, yeah. Be aware how you talk about yourself. And coming back, for example, to this wooden bar exercise, what we do is actually we widen our comfort zone, yeah. From being able to walk on a bar elevated 1 meter up to be able to walk on a bar elevated 3 meters. So we widen our comfort zone. Yeah? And while we do this, we will always experience fear. There will always be the experience. So it's not about to cancel the fear, delete the fear. The fear will always be there. But what is important is that we know there's a fear and that we know how to deal with the fear. And despite the fear, that we still go ahead. I think this is the main message. Yeah. We cannot avoid it or neglect it or hide it somewhere. That's not good. We know there's a fear, be aware of it and know how to deal with it, to overcome it and make this step ahead. And this is also how we widen our comfort zone. And then we become, let's say, fearless within a comfort zone because we know how to deal with it. But once we go a step outside again, we will experience fear. But this is how we grow. We always experience fear. We know it will be fear. We accept it. Fear is not our enemy. Fear is our friend. So we can grow with the fear. We can expand our comfort zone. Yeah. I've learned to analyze the basis of fear response and then focus on outcomes using NLP techniques. Right. Yeah. So this is basically deal with fear, deal with anxiety, deal with guilt. It's all a lot of NLP techniques inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Later also we'll come to one where we could apply the parts integration. We had already the like Amy said, always she feels this always. She applied the meta model basically. This was the universal quantifier. Yeah, always to question the generalization. Yeah.
Harold,
So yeah.
Could I interrupt for a minute?
Sure.
Could you go back one slide?
This one.
Yeah. What we're seeing here is how powerful the language is and how slight changes in the language is. And just for a second, outside of this fear workshop, how is it when we're using AI to work for us or work for our clients? Is anyone here using AI much? Any of the coaches here using AI or want to get this kind of language patterns right for using AI? If you want to learn to use the AI right and use these language patterns so that as coaches you can get more effective results for your clients and perhaps put this into some of your reports or some of the way you handle your clients or some of the emails you write to clients, you might want to come to our workshop next week. Alicia Lee, I just shared your flyer in there. She's going to be speaking next week, practical AI, specifically for us coaches. Do you want to say anything, Alicia, now or?
Yeah, I know that Harold actually has used a little bit of AI and there are ways that you can do things like this to make the things that you're saying and the way that you're approaching your clients and even the plans that you're making for your clients, you can use AI to help with this. And I love this table, Harold. I think this is fantastic.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious as well. We could probably use AI to help us fine tune and find our own inner chatter, like talking to the AI like a coach, verbalizing the AI.
The more you
I
use
think
ChatGPT, it actually learns your language patterns and it learns you. And we're going to talk a little, we'll talk a little bit about that. But even some of my AI training courses, the one that we're doing on Tuesday, we're going to talk about that because you can ask it, what are my strengths based on all of our conversations? It will tell you.
Wonderful. So we'll see you here next week for that. Harold, how's that for a nice smooth flow? That was like a professional info commercial there.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Continue, please. Sorry.
Yeah, sign up. Everybody have to sign up for next week. Yeah? I'm asking ChatGPT, right? Yeah. I mean, you can also put it in ChatGPT in the prompt that they say, formulate in a positive, strong way, something like this. Yeah. You just prompt it in, and then using the language models or meta programs, you can giving meta programs, you can tell it how to formulate it. Yeah.
Good.
I think we will hear it all next week. Yes, Jay.
Yeah, I got just something to show you, because fear is what in the men's group we deal with a lot. I just realized the shirt I've got on today. Can you read it?
Yeah, no fear. No fear. Yeah.
And it's two meanings. If you know the fear and you face it, it disappears.
You have no fear. Yeah.
So the idea is to learn and know what your fear is as well. So there's two parts to it. Just that Amy just asked me a question after I posted, and I realised, hey, what's the shirt I've got on?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect outfit for the presentation. Yeah. All right, comfort zone. This means always when we go out of our comfort zone, we might feel fear. We should be aware of that one, but we know how to deal with it. Yeah, and a part of it is the language we're using and the focus we're putting in. And this also, this comes in a later one. Yeah. So, and what else is fear? So we see this lady apparently smiling. We can see she hiding her smiling face behind her hands. This means she is afraid of something, doing something, but it doesn't seem it's a danger, because it is not really afraid of a physical danger, but she afraid of something what she doesn't like to do. Okay, so we are here. I'm afraid to talk to him or her. So we had this before, talking to other people. This lady obviously is afraid to talk to other people, or maybe she sees a nice guy and is afraid to talk to him. Yeah. I'm afraid to speak a new language. This means maybe my Chinese is very basic, so I'm a little bit afraid to speak, because when the people then start communicating with me, so I don't know what to do, then I get lost in translation. I'm at this stage yet, so I will overcome it. I can handle it. Oh, some people in a job, I'm afraid to ask my boss for a raise, higher salary, can be. Or we also the classic, I'm afraid to speak in front of people. So also change, you talk with people normally on a let's say a cocktail event, a meet and greet, but when you then speak in front of people and all the eyes are towards you, then some people might be afraid. That's also interesting. Yeah. So maybe an example, I'm afraid to talk to him or to her. I guess once in our life, we have been single before and we're looking for the perfect partner. Maybe some are single at the moment, some are in a relation, some maybe in a relation and become single again, whatever. Yeah. So imagine you are single or you were single and you're walking on the street and you see there's your perfect partner sitting in a coffee shop. Yeah. Boy, girl, whatever. So, and then, okay, wow, this person, I really admire this person. So I want to talk to that person. Then you start thinking, should I do it? Should I not do it? What if he rejects me? What if he doesn't like me? What if he don't talk to me? What if whatever. So we start thinking about what could happen. We're finding thousands excuses what could happen. And then there's three options happening. So we start talking, thinking, do, and then we don't do anything. We step back. We don't face the fear of going to that person and ask him for his or her WeChat. Yeah? So this means we run away. First step. Second step, we go there and we get rejected. Yeah. So I go there and ask him for the WeChat, him or her, ask for the WeChat. We're getting rejected. Third level, we're going there, we're afraid, we overcome our fear, we're going there and say, can I have your WeChat? Yes, of course. Yeah. So we're succeeding. Wow, we're happy, we succeed. The second step, so we're overcoming our fear, we go there and we get rejected. There's also three levels. So for example, we go there, we ask, excuse me, you're a nice person, I like you, can I have your WeChat? or phone number, the person said, oh, sorry, better not, because I'm in a relationship, I do want to jeopardize, I don't want my partner gets upset, whatever. Yeah. So you get rejected, but with an excuse, and I think most of us can understand the excuse. Oh, a person in a relationship, so doesn't want to jeopardize the relationship, whatever. Second step, we go there, excuse me, can I have your WeChat? No. Okay, no, just a no. Then we start thinking, what could it be? Third step, we go there. Hi, can I have your WeChat? No, I don't like you. You're too ugly. You're too tall. You're too slim. You're too fat. You're too short. I don't like your hair color. I don't like how you look at me. I don't like your voice. Something like this. We're getting rejected. Give me a reason. So, comparing now the second and the third one, we're getting rejected with a no, and we're getting rejected by reason. What is the difference? What can we think different in these two? Can you give me examples? What would you think different? You're getting rejected with just a no, or no idea why, or you're getting rejected and they give you a reason. What's the difference in the thinking and the experience? What comes to your mind? Or what is similar and what is different, or what could be different? Any idea? You're getting rejected by a simple no, or you're getting rejected by a reason, which most likely is not nice, doesn't give you a nice feeling. Clarity? Anything else? What's the difference? Okay. Usually when we get rejected, there's fears coming up and we start shifting towards negative thinking. Yeah. If he says no, oh, why no? Why no? Doesn't he like me? Oh, why he reject me? Am I not good enough? Am I whatever? Yeah. We started thinking this one. This happens the same in the second one. He reject me with a no, and then he give me a reason. You are too whatever, yeah, you're too ugly, I don't like you, whatever. So you're being rejected. Both is too negative. But in the second one, he simply says no. We don't feel that there's an opportunity that this person has a problem. He wants to deal with himself. Maybe just get a call, or his boss just fire him. He got a call from his doctor, said, okay, you have a serious illness. Maybe get a call, your dog died, or whatever, something like this, or something happened to his family. Maybe he just have to deal with himself, with some issues, and is not open to anything. He wanted to just be alone and deal with her things. And we get rejected and we feel, oh, it's our fault. So there's two opportunities. He just want to be alone, deal with, he or her want to deal with their own things, and we just think it's because of us. Yeah. So it's again the thinking. We rarely think that it's just him doesn't want. He's not ready for the moment to talk with us, right? So that's a big difference in these two cases. Yeah. Of reasons, yeah.
Harry,
So,
the only reason you're getting rejected is because you had expectations.
right.
If you don't have that kind of expectation, there's no rejection. What were you expecting in the first place? So
Yes.
it goes back to you. You know, some of us have unrealistic expectation, like he's supposed to, like
Exactly.
when rejection comes. But it's because you had unrealistic expectations of the person you saw in the coffee shop in the first place. That they were
That might be
Mr.
limiting
Right
belief.
or Miss Right, which doesn't exist, but it's in it's in your head, it's in your mind.
That's true. But I think if I want to contact a person, yeah, I'm not asking the person for money, just I like you. Can we exchange our phone number, WeChat, that we can keep in contact? Yeah. Of course, if I ask a person, I have some expectation. Usually, I have some expectation, and my expectation got not met. If I see a person and I want to talk and he says no, okay, of course I have some expectation, I would say. Yeah. If I don't have expectation, why should I talk to the person? Yeah.
Maybe
This
it's
is my
not
opinion.
rejection, it's just disappointment. I don't just it's just a different perspective. I can't
Yeah, the
reject
thing is,
Yeah.
how I deal with this experience. I think this is the important. Yeah. Do I say, okay, I understand. There's a lot of people who I don't like or I would not ask. I said, for me, my expectation is this a perfect partner there. And this excludes already a lot of people. Yeah. Because I'm not in this focus. Maybe this person, I'm not in this person's focus. Yeah. I think it's point of view, and it's simple. I get disappointed because my expectation is not met. That's correct. Yeah. But the thing is what I do, how I deal with this experience. Yeah. So, and this brings actually, I'm disappointed. I feel sad, right? So I feel disappointed. My expectation is not met. But let's drill it down, chunk down. So why I do feel sad? Why is my expectation not met? Why I do feel sad? Why I feel disappointed? What's the reason? Well, let's chunk down. What's the reason? What's the reason? What's the real reason for my feelings? Yeah. You're right. If I don't care, if I don't have expectation, okay. Yeah. But I had expectation. What's the reason? So I get rejected. Okay. What does the rejection make me feel? Sad. Okay. Why? So, and if we chunk down there, there is, I think I have it a little bit later. I come it now. Yeah. Actually, this is now. We have these primary fears. Yeah. So, and one of them is we're not good enough. Yeah. Amy, raise your hand. Amy raises the hand, please. Go back.
Alyssa wanted to speak. Alicia had her
Sorry.
hand up.
Okay,
okay.
there. Sorry, it's changed. Oh, changed now.
No,
Here.
it's
Okay,
okay.
Alessia, sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. No, I totally understand. I think a
Mm.
lot of times in this day and age, we are really trained to have FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
And when we have an opportunity, we see somebody, the rejection is sometimes what we're upset about is the loss of an opportunity that we had perceived that maybe the other person doesn't or doesn't really want. And what I found, I used to have this a lot.
Mm.
And I had a really good friend. She was a counselor. And she and I were both single at the time. And she said that the way she reframed it in her mind was that no matter who she met or she was about to meet, she would look up and say, God, if this is not the right person for me, show me as soon as possible. So then if somebody
Right.
rejected her, she was like, all right, not the right opportunity. But the people who are afraid they don't have enough opportunities, they're the ones, that's the fear. The fear is that they're going to miss out or they don't have enough opportunities. And as some of us get busier, we have a lot of stuff taking our time, which I know a lot of people on this call are. Sometimes I'm relieved when I get a no, because I'm like, okay, that's something else. It's not right, so I don't have to deal with it. Like, I don't have to entertain that maybe that is not going to be a right fit. I don't know if that helps anybody.
Yeah. Thank you for this input. So actually, we're going there a little bit into the relationship, and I say, for example, if you get rejected, you have an expectation, you get rejected, you might also feel a little bit sad, 5-10 minutes, until you overcome it with this. Okay, then I find a better one. I find another one. This was the opportunity. This was not missed, but actually, this person isn't for me, or he isn't for me, or she isn't for me, whatever. Move on. Yeah. So this is actually the way of thinking, right? And this is correct. This is also being in the flow. Also being in the flow. Surrender. Okay. So the next come, being in the flow state. Yeah. But we might also, for a short time, be in the victim mode. Oh, why he reject me? Why she reject me? Yeah. But then switch back to the flow mode, flow state, right? So. But this already advanced with still dealing with the people having this fear. This okay, overcome it. To say, okay, there will be next chance. Yeah. So, but these primary fears, why we feel what we feel, we call it we are not good enough, and this is something what we grow up when we grow up usually. So, the first 7 years when we are a child, or baby to child, the first 7 years, our conscious mind or the neocortex is not yet developed. This means we're perceiving everything like we're hypnotized. So we cannot judge this is good, this is bad. We don't do that. We're sucking everything in at all informations like a sponge. So we could not say, okay, we don't want this, we don't want that. from 7, 8 years on later than that, we start logical thinking. Yeah. So, and this is the things when we are baby, we are pampered by the parents or whoever grew up, baby pampered, can do everything, can cry, can throw up, wake up the parents in the night, all okay. But when we grow older, 2, 3, 4 years, there's a lot of no's. Don't do this, don't drop this, don't go up there, don't damage this. So sometimes the love from our parents is withdrawn. We receive some negative. Before it was positive feelings, we can do everything as baby, but then we receive a little bit negative feelings. So the feeling we're not good enough, we're not loved because we do something. Yeah, we damage a glass, for example. We're not loved by our parents. We feel then we're not good enough. This is really one of the subconscious primary fears. Yeah, and also we're not feeling loved, as mentioned. Yeah, these two fears are the real basis that we seek approval validation. It starts in the childhood. We seeking approval validation with our parents, the people we grew up with, yeah, the siblings, grandparents, people who educate us, something like this. Yeah, we are afraid of rejection because it doesn't make us feel good. We feel we're not being loved. We're not feeling we're not being enough. So this is really one of the core, or the two of the core fears we have. We feel we are not worthy. Yeah, if we really peel the onion. Why? If we really chunk down, and this takes some time, this might take a coach, this might take some time. There's a lot of these feelings of rejection, approval, we're not worthy. We depend on the opinion of others, our peer group, our parents, our family, yeah. And we lose significance now in an older age, yeah. But these are really the two core fears. We are not being enough. We're not being loved, yeah, with all this rejection, we being not worthy. So, for example, there's some coaches of you, and when you ask a client for money, do you ask more for the higher value, for the lower value? This also, do you feel worthy the value you give, yeah, for the customer or not? Yeah. So this is also might go back into this primary fears. Do you feel worthy to ask for $5,000? Just feel worthy to ask for $100 for your coaching program. Yeah. So this also might be a reason, a subconscious reason. Yeah. Which go really back to education or how we perceive the world when we were kids. Yeah. And we have to overcome that now consciously. First is to be aware of it, to become conscious, incompetent. We know we have these primary fears and how to deal with them. We have to overlay them, but just be aware that they are there. Yeah? Not necessarily for everybody, but a lot of people still rely on these fears. Yeah, and that might be why we don't like to being rejected, because we feel we're not being loved, because in our childhood, at some place, the love was withdrawn from our parents, our people we grew up with, yeah? Our grandparents or whatever. We feel not worthy. We rely on the opinion of others. We have peers around us. Yeah. For example, everybody wears designer jeans, but you just wear a local handmade one. Yeah. So why don't you do that? Yeah. So we feel not significant. We feel not validated by our peer group, by our family. Yeah? So these are the fears, really, which are subconscious and which cause a lot of our actions. Yeah? Because we handle on the map of the world we have. We don't handle based on facts. We handle on our feelings, emotions, the model of the world we have. Yeah? And if the model of our world is, let's say, this based on primary fears which we experience, then we have to upgrade the model of the world. Yeah? That's one of the core messages. Yeah? The primary fears, we need to be aware of them, get aware of them, yeah? That they are there, or they might be there. Not necessarily for everybody, but they might be there. Yeah? An unborn baby can feel the mother's rejection from the womb. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So if you, for example, not loved as a baby, you can feel the rejection. Yeah. This is also learned, but it's still learned in the mother's womb. Yeah, but it's learned. It's trained. Yeah. Jay's message depend on personality, which is mostly inherited. Yeah, some fears develop in the womb during later stage of pregnancy. Right, the same what Jennifer just said. Yeah, you can feel the rejection. On the other side, you can also feel the love from your mother. Yeah, so this is actually learned, and this can be really the primary fears: being rejected, not being good enough, not being loved. Yeah, these are real the basis of a lot of fears, right? Okay, so one simple thing is, we already talked about it last time. If we feel fear, that's basically very low energy and negative feeling. We can overlay with feeling gratitude. How can we feel gratitude? Just ask yourself, be mindful, ask yourself every time, what can I be grateful for? And there's a lot of things, yeah? You can be grateful for being here, grateful for being alive, grateful for being healthy, grateful for the food you have, grateful for the job you have. Just overlay it. Just don't think always the chatterbox in your ear, always telling you about fear and what you cannot achieve and all the ways how you can not succeed. Just overlay it with gratitude. Being grateful for whatever happens, being grateful for the people you meet, being also grateful for getting rejected. As you said, there might be another better person for me come along. Yeah? Just being grateful. Simple way of doing that one. You just need to be mindful, aware, and just doing it. Yeah? You can handle that. Can be grateful for the chatterbox too, right? Yeah. Even more grateful if the chatterbox telling you positive things. Yeah. Everybody has a chatterbox, but sometimes or most times might be telling negative things. How you cannot achieve, how you cannot be successful, because maybe you have a lot of or some negative references in the past. Yeah, you have to overlay these negative references with positive ones. This negative talk with positive talk. So, and maybe also coming back not only fear or gratitude. Yeah. So there's meditation is one thing. We can have meditation. I think most of us meditate in the morning. You can do some physical activity which draws your attention away. We have, of course, self-help books. We have seminars like this one. We have training, NLP training. We have affirmations. Affirmations you can tell yourself, or even you hear it. You have your phone earplugs. You can have positive affirmations. You can speak. You can download them. You can speak them for yourself while you do something, while you commute in the traffic or when you work. Everything you can. Even better, affirmations, incantations. What is an incantation? Incantation is affirmation plus emotion. This means you can talk, for example, every day I'm feeling better and better. Every day I'm feeling better and better would be an affirmation. But if you make it an incantation, you put in a feeling. Every day I'm feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling better. So you give it a feeling, you give it some emotion. Yeah. So it's more energy. It's the imprint is much better. So incantation is affirmation plus emotion. Same wording, but just, yes, I can do it, I can handle it, I can do it. Yeah, just give it energy. Yeah? So this self-help books, self-help audio, self-help videos, some training courses, always find a positive thing to overlay it. Being grateful. Yeah. Also, if you get rejected, if you meet a person who you dislike, be grateful you met the person, being grateful that this person left your life. Yeah, something like this. Always be grateful. Look at the positive side, think the positive side, right? So a three-step tool to deal with fear would be identify the fear. What is the real fear? We had this already in an example. The emotions you feel, peel the onion. What is the surface fear? While I'm being rejected or I feel I'm rejected, this is why I'm rejected, why I have this feeling. I'm feeling I'm not worthy. I'm feeling I'm not loved. I'm feeling I'm not good enough. Really drill down, chunk down to the feeling. What am I actually afraid of? Yeah. So if the person rejects me, so what? Yeah. There's another person coming. There's millions of people. There's billions of people around. Yeah. So why I'm just focused on this one person who reject me? Why this one person make me feel bad? Yeah. So we can start it logical from an intellectual point, but really we need to drill it down to feel it in our emotion. Yeah. Not just to say it up, okay, but really make it a habit and to feel it. Yeah? Peel down the onion, ask why, what I'm feeling. Be specific, go down. The smaller the fear, the better. If it's big and uncertain, we don't know where it comes from, we keep our attention there, our energy there. So it's always better drill down. Undermine the fear, follow the consequences, the worst case scenario. What can be the worst case if it happens? So for example, we want to approach our perfect partner. The worst thing is happening, we're getting rejected with a negative statement. So what? Okay, we cannot deal with everybody. So this is We anticipate that we get rejected.
Question.
Okay, undermine the fear. Second step, undermining the fear. Question, what is the belief you have about this fear? Why do I believe that one? Why do I believe this guy, this girl might reject me? So there it starts. Again, drill down, chunk down, peel the onion. What is really the problem, the issue? Not the problem, what is the challenge? Always ask better questions. Number 3, identify the opposite and surrender. Surrender to the resistance to it. Yeah? So, okay, what happens? The person accepts me and surrender it. So if the person accept me or give me his her WeChat phone number, that's okay. And if not, then there will be another opportunity. Surrender to this. Okay, it can be like this, can be like that. All good. Yeah. Also, my expectation might not be fulfilled. I feel a bit sad, but just overcome it. Yeah? This is then the state you want to go. You can feel the sadness, short time, but go back to being a flow state, surrender to it. Yeah. Just surrender. Don't try to focus. Don't try to achieve it. Don't try to push it. Like the achiever mode. Why don't you give me a phone number? Come on, give me a phone number. Give me a phone number. You don't do that. You don't push. Yeah. You just surrender to the situation. And then, as Alice said, can find a better opportunity. That's it. Yeah. Simple 3-step tool. Any questions to that tool? I guess this is quite clear. Yeah. So, and I think we have a lot of coaches also here. And sometimes maybe we are feeling stress if we compare ourselves with somebody. For example, I want to be a coach and I compare myself with Adrian. Adrian is a much better, much more experienced coach. So if I compare myself with Adrian, I might feel stressed. I said, I don't know so much like Adrian. I don't know how to handle a situation. I don't know. Yeah. So if I compare myself with Adrian in the terms of being a coach, for some of us, we might feel fear or stress. So one thing is I admire, in this case, I admire Adrian as being a coach. Yeah. And I want to identify the qualities, what Adrian has, what I would like to have. Yeah. So for example, can you help me? And you are all coaches, and I think we all admire Adrian. What would be qualities you would like to have that Adrian has? What would be some qualities you would like to model, to copy what Adrian has? Can you drop a few in the chat? Can you drop a few in the chat? Yeah. He's our hero coach, NLP, PCC, head master coach, motivate developer. What qualities would you like to learn to model that Adrian has? Can you drop it in the chat? Most patience, right? Okay. Milton model speaking, okay. Humble, nice one, yeah.
Nobody wanted to copy this.
Enthusiasm for learning, right. So we already got a few, okay? So, and the thing is simple. Where did you, each of you, demonstrate these qualities in your own life? So ask yourself, Jay, have you ever been patient in your life? Have you ever been patient? Have you ever been patient in your life? Somehow.
I am often very patient.
Perfect. So you have a reference. It's a positive reference for that one, right? Where have you shown patience? You have a positive reference. Good.
That's right.
Amy Ellis, did you ever apply the Milton model in your life? Did you ever do that? Have you done it in your NLP training? Have you ever done it? Have you ever practiced it? Yes, so you have a positive reference for that. Good. Yeah. Jennifer. Sorry?
Yeah.
Rudy? Okay. Unmuted. Okay. Jennifer, have you ever been humble in your life? I guess so. Yeah. So you should have positive references for that one. Enthusiasm for
Yes.
learning, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Jennifer, have you ever been humble in your life?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. You have positive references. So
Yeah.
the thing is, we admire Adrian for qualities that he has, but we have already, for all these qualities in our life, we have already positive references. Yeah. Maybe not in coaching yet. So this means, but as we have already positive references, we can take this and bring it in the life as we want to be a coach. Yeah. When have we been humble? When we've applied the Milton model? When were we enthusiastic for learning? Yeah. When have we been patient? Yeah. So we can bring that to our coaching. We have references for that. Yeah. So this is one easy thing where we can avoid stress or fear. One easy tool. Yeah. Look at the person. Look at the qualities this person has. Have we ever had qualities in our previous life? Yes, positive references. Okay, then simply take them and bring them in. Adrian.
Yeah, if I could just add in, thanks for sharing that and thanks for the compliments, guys. Appreciate it. Now, for those that have heard about shadow work, and some people specifically ask about shadow work, when you are admiring these qualities in another person, that's a form of shadow work, or you could consider it a golden shadow, projecting the best qualities onto someone else that are in us. So we can project out these negative qualities to someone, and we can project out positive qualities. So sometimes it's called golden shadow. And I just want to briefly share, I think everyone knows already, every year we've been going, well, trying to do it every year. We had that COVID thing. Next February the 1st, we're going to be doing our training in Bali. If you're interested, contact me, Estrelita.
Not Bali, not Bali. Chiang Mai.
Not Bali, Chiang Mai. I still say Bali NLP or NLP Bali. I love that name. And I love Bali, but I love Chiang Mai too. We still have 7 minutes to go. I know you've got a bit more to go, Harold. Just watch the time and let's get back in.
Yeah, we got some 6 minutes left. Okay. Good. So a wrap up what we did up to now. So understand what is fear. Is it fear of danger, an imagined fear, or is it a real subconscious underlying primary fear? We should get aware of that one and really ask ourselves, where does fear come from? Where do we feel it? Why we have it? Really bring it down. Yeah. And also is where do you live versus where are you visit? Where do you visit the 80-20 rule applied? For example, are we 80% in a flow state or even 100%? Or are we 80% in an achiever mode or even in a victim mode? Yeah? So where are we? Yeah. So we should apply the 80-20 rule. And if also possible for some, go to the oneness, feel the oneness, all good. Yeah. The thing is, the higher you chunk up in this thing, the better it is. Yeah. Flow state, even if you feel oneness, higher, even better. Yeah. Think about 80%. The target should be 80%. Be there in the higher levels. Yeah. Ask yourself. Apply the pain to power model. Stepwise increase it. I can apply it anywhere. Yeah. Always a little bit. Where I'm now, where I want to be, apply it stepwise. Yeah. Learning a language, climbing up, I don't know, platform jumping from 10 meters into the water, diving, whatever it is. Yeah. So the conscious level, victim, achiever, flow, oneness, be aware, where are you, where you want to go, what can you do? Simple tool, what I'm grateful for, just as a morning habit, ask yourself what I'm grateful for. In daytime, ask yourself what I'm grateful for. Always feel grateful, yeah? Then the fear will diminish over time, yeah? Again, 80-20 rule, you will feel fear sometimes, also which are constructed fears, but soon they will diminish. And just a few minutes and then we'll go back to be grateful. Leave a comfort zone, make it a habit. You will face fear again. Make it a habit, always leave a comfort zone in any area of life. Is it speaking in public? Is it dealing with other people? Is it learning something? Is it job-wise, whatever? Try to leave a comfort zone on a daily basis. Repeat it daily, make it a habit, make it a belief. Beliefs is the next thing we come up, but I think time is a little bit short. First, okay, conscious, subconscious mind. I think this we already know a lot. It's actually not really separate minds, the conscious and the subconscious mind. It's just how we perceive, how we express it. Yeah. It can be creative mind, it can be logical reasoning mind, imaginative mind. So there is different chambers or categories of mind. Yeah, if you really say it's a conscious mind is more objective, logical, analytical, works sequential, stepwise, and experiences parts. So there's parts of our lives we experience because we can only think consciously of one thing at a time. Yeah, we can think about talking, eating, whatever. Actually, we should think about one thing. While subconscious mind is more the intuitive, instinctual, the random mind, and experience the whole. So we integrate the parts. Yeah, so they might work a little different. And if you bring it to a picture, you can see like an iceberg, or the small head is a logical, sequential, analytical mind, and below we see the bigger mind, subjective, intuitive, random, synthesizing, also non-judgment. This is also very important. Yeah, it's not judging. This means we can tell the subconscious mind anything. It doesn't judge is good or bad. Yeah, this is the conscious mind. Is it? This is why it's so important to be aware how we talk about ourselves, how we talk about with other people, because the subconscious mind is just take any information like a sponge. It's non-judgmental, right? Be positive, always a positive intention. Don't write negative. I don't want to smoke anymore. It's not a good one because it doesn't understand the note. It's not judgmental. I want to live healthy. Yeah, the classic. Yeah, so very important. So, and actually, the mind, the subconscious mind, is like an 8-year-old child. It doesn't judge. Yeah. So if you talk bad or shout at the child, it will cry, run away, and so is the subconscious mind. Also, with the adults. Yeah. It represses the memories, negative emotions, and if you want to deal with them, you have to really bring them to the surface. You have to be conscious of them, that you can deal with them. The subconscious, they are there, but if you want to resolve them, you have to bring them up and then find a resolution for them. This is like a child, yeah. So this is, we should be aware of it, and it's receptive to any suggestion, yeah. So it's always listening. You cannot turn it off. And it orders, it follows your orders, follows the orders it gets from the conscious. So this is really, again, important to tell it what you want. And by affirmations, incantations, self-talk, music, so everything goes in your subconscious mind. Yeah. So this is also why it's sometimes dangerous. Watch movies, watch the mainstream media. You get a lot of subconscious information which make you feel bad. So this is, I don't turn my TV on for 3 years or 4 years, not switch it on. If I want to get news, I go and say, I want this news. I want, not I let myself be influenced. I want to watch this news. I'm interested. Yeah. Then I look the news, but TV is turned off all the time. Yeah. Very important how we deal with the subconscious mind. Yeah. This is also how we get the rubbish out of it. Yeah. Just overlay it with positive information, avoid negative information, go in as much as possible. Yeah. And when we look at the transformation process, yeah, elicit the negative feeling, where it comes from. Peel it down, chunk down, peel the onion, where it comes from. Loosen it, overlay it with some positive information, yeah, affirmations, books, music, reading, self-talk, whatever. Yeah? Release it, surrender to the negative feelings, surrender to it, so surrender to the situation. There's no negative, there's no failure, just learning. There's a learning, something like this. Yeah. Install new beliefs, new habits, what we want, test them. So, and with this one, we improve the map of the world. Yeah, so this is a shorter process. I still have some more information, but I think we're running out of time. Yeah. So just as a wait 1 second, this I just forget this one. I think this one is very important. We all have habits. This is the last slide. Then we finish off. If you have still 2-3 minutes. Habits, we all have habits, good habits, bad habits. Be aware of them, elicit them, and if you want to improve them, you can do it. Habits is just easy. You have to a little bit force yourself with willpower to change habits. Yeah. Beliefs is already the next challenge. We have global beliefs, specific beliefs, global beliefs, like for example, the wife divorced her husband because she got cheated, and she says, all the men are the same, they're all cheater. So The right question would be really all, really everybody. Again, meta model. So, no, just my husband was, yeah. So it becomes from a global belief, all men are cheaters, to a specific belief, my husband was one, yeah. So it's important also to chunk down on beliefs, be aware of beliefs, what we have. And we can also overlay them. So stepwise, how we can change beliefs would also be on topic for a call, how to change beliefs, yeah. Values, I think we have all worked on values. We know what values are, but also important is the rules we have about the values. Yeah. For example, I want to live healthy. Okay, how? What is the rule for live healthy? Okay, I do weight training and I go jogging and I eat healthy. What happens if I want one day I cannot go jogging because I twist my ankle? Then I feel I'm not healthy. Yeah, because it was an and. Yeah. So I have to weight training or jogging or eat healthy. Yeah. So one of these three make me feel healthy. Yeah. For example, I have a bad ankle, I cannot go jogging, but I'm still feel healthy because I combine them with or. Yeah? And also the rules. We have a sequence, for example, compared to what? I eat healthy. What means eat healthy? Salad. Okay. Okay. I have a business lunch. Oh, I cannot eat healthy. What would be the next step? Maybe seafood. Okay. Do we have seafood? Yes. So compared to what? Salad in my model of the world would be number one. The next step would be like seafood. The worst one would be sugar, cake, something like this. This would be the worst one. So I can sequence graduate compared to what? Yeah. If I compare, number one is, for example, salad is my most healthy dish, and but I eat seafood, but compared to cake or fast food is much better. So these two things are important. We have values. What are the rules? To feel this value is fulfilled. Sometimes we are too strict. When I feel this value fulfilled, so we should not combine it by and. We can say or weight training or jogging or eating healthy. So then I feel health is much easier. And to compare. Don't be too strict sometimes. We compare to what. Yeah. Okay. So any questions? Thank you for listening. Up to now, time is over. There's still hours to talk actually about this topic.
Thank you, Harold. Could you just go reverse the slides twice as we close up?
Yes, I didn't show.
That one. Infinite possibilities. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Like to finish up on this particular slide here and leave us more in the field of possibilities. And what are we actually going to do to help us conquer and master more of our own fears from today, from now? Thank you very much for today's session, Harold. It's been wonderful to hear. And I've had a few little epiphanies and thoughts. Anyone want to have any last questions or share a powerful thought or something that's come into your mind during this session? Nice comment there from Rudy in the chat.
Yeah, I just saw Rudy on the road. Yeah. Thanks, Rudy, for your input. Yeah. I appreciate. Thank you, Jay. Yeah.
Thanks, Rudy.
Love the quote. Yeah, thanks. Okay, that's also, yeah. In the field of infinite possibilities, you don't describe what you see, but rather you see what you describe. Yeah. So we limit ourselves through deletions, distortions, generalizations. Yeah. So just be aware, be mindful, and ask better questions. Yeah. Be grateful. So these are already good tools to overcome the fear in general, to change your map, your model of the world, to improve it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Harold, I think the coaches in here and the people who've been doing the training in here, where they shoot their arrow, where they aim, they'll be able to get there, or at least within the vicinity. All our guys here, if they want to set big goals, or if they want to set a goal to be more mindful every day, or if they want to set a goal for oneness, I'm sure our guys here know how to shoot an arrow, shoot a course, and call on each other. Or call on each other, or have coaching sessions with each other, or discussions to overcome the fears and the challenges as they come. So thank you all very much for coming here. It's wonderful to know.
Okay, thank you. Also, thank you for the input and for the cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming, Ray.
Have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Alicia, Jay.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. See you next week.
See you next week with our AI for coaches.
Hey.
I want to use AI for this now.